Hello everybody out there and welcome back to another weekly comic book haul. And for our first week of the month's haul, pretty light physical and a pretty light digital week. Light week, but really good books this week. But before we get into any of that, and we also have an extra which I showed on Dark Avenger Live this past Friday. That came on Friday. Let's get into some news. The books were late. They've been pretty good with Midtown and the mail. I guess this is just one of those off weeks, so we won't hold it against them. But unfortunately, because they're late, first piece of news is the comic review will be a bit late. But lately, things have been so busy, it's been hard to get a review up by Monday. Anyway, so hopefully the review will be up soon. SoundCloud began last week. It would have been news for last Friday. Where this should be going up on Tuesday morning, so it's a week late. But for those of you that didn't know, the Dark Avenger podcast officially started on SoundCloud. It's also on iTunes. If you type in the Dark Avenger podcast, you'll find the first episode of the Dark Avenger podcast along with 123 podcast. And later on today, Anime Weekly will be joining those two podcasts. The live show won't be joining that, but any other podcast I do on this channel also will be there. And I am working on a couple of exclusive things for SoundCloud and iTunes. As I decide on what I do and don't want, you'll be seeing it show up on SoundCloud. So if you're not following me on SoundCloud, hopefully you'll create an account and follow me on there. Also, if you have iTunes, everything will be under the Dark Avenger podcast. It'll just make one long list of all the episodes I post on SoundCloud. But really exciting times for myself and for everybody involved with all the podcasts I'm doing. And I'm having a blast. I had a really good time doing the first episode. Was it my favorite episode? Whenever it's a setup or a first episode, I'm just happy when it's over, because now we can get into the real nitty-gritty of the show, so to speak. So I'm looking forward to the next episode more, but I'm also very happy that the first episode's up, and a lot of people really did enjoy it. So if you haven't listened to it yet, on your way to work, on your way to school, whatever, it's available on SoundCloud and iTunes, and I hope you guys do check it out. YouTube-wise, nothing really big this week as far as new stuff. Regular, as always. The Division will be coming out this week, so hopefully I'll be able to do a first look and impression as soon as I can on this game. I also still have to do a first look and impression on a few other games. The fighting games I'm kind of holding off on because A, Street Fighter V is still in its alpha stage, and B, Naruto has a very long story, so I want to wait till I can sit down and dedicate a bit of time, at least for the first couple of chapters of Naruto, for first look and impression. So with that, let's get into the books this week. I apologize if I look tired. We're shooting this at literally like 4 in the morning, so I'm exhausted. I'm ready for bed. So after this, I'm probably going to bed. So first, we've got Angel and Faith, issue number 24. I'm really excited for this book. Last issue was crazy. I'm looking forward to things continuing to be crazy in this book. I am happy for the return of Army of Darkness, Furious Road, issue number 1. Dynamite's been doing some really awesome Army of Darkness stories, so I'm really excited to be getting into this one. From Boom Studios again, at least this time, all of the number 1s were basically the same price, except for the ones that have special artists on it. We've got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue number 1. I love the Power Rangers, so you guys know that I'm really excited for this. Now, for mail time last week, I got Prometheus, Fire and Stone, the Compendium. And there's a reason I got it this week, last week. And that's because the beginning of the next chapter, or the sequel to Fire and Stone, begins. And it starts with Predator, Life and Death, another 12 issue or 12 comic miniseries that combine into one big story. I'm really looking forward to what Dark Horse has in store for us with Life and Death, and I'm really looking forward to when the big compendium book comes out to add to the Fire and Stone book now. We got Vampirella number 1. which, I don't know, myself, Michael, one of us will look into it, and we'll see who will review it. I've heard good things about it so far. Got Deja Torres #2, which I know Mike's already reviewing. I hope this is issue 2. Got Grim Tales of Terror issue #5. Now we go into the big 2. We got Batman and Robin Eternal issue 22. This series has been really, really amazing. I'm looking forward to what this issue has in store. Damian showed up at the end of the last issue. Got A-Force #3. I believe this is the end of the first story arc, or the penultimate issue for the first story arc. I'm trying out Black Widow #1 because this is where Mark Waid went, along with Chris Samney. So maybe the Daredevil magic will now be with Black Widow. We'll find out. We got Guardians of Infinity issue #4. I've been really enjoying this series. I wasn't sure I was, but I'm really happy I decided to try it out. Got Nova issue I believe 5. Issue #5. Maybe Nova's dad's coming back. I believe Nova's dad is supposed to be coming back. Got Old Man Logan issue #3. Any Kate Bishop fan should check this issue out. Uncanny X-Men issue #4. Mike's officially taking this book over. We got Deadpool issue #8. Deadpool coming off a very successful movie. Swamp Thing issue #3. And I think that's it. Yep, that's all we have digitally. And now we get into the physical books. Alright, first we've got Darth Vader issue #17. This is going to be Mike's make or break it for physical copies of Darth Vader. Got Street Fighter Unlimited issue #4. This story, this series, it seems like they're really pushing it out. I feel like almost every other week we've been getting an issue. Am I complaining about it? Absolutely not, because Street Fighter is awesome. Got the next issue of The Walking Dead, issue 152. Lots of crazy stuff happened in this issue. A lot of people are talking about this issue of Walking Dead and how things are about to get really crazy. This book came out last week, but we wanted a physical copy of it before we reviewed it, and that is Street Fighter vs. G.I. Joe, issue #1. This was a $5 first issue, but after this issue, the series goes down to $3.99. I believe it is a, doesn't say it on the cover. I believe it was supposed to be a 6 or 8 issue miniseries. Got Spider-Man issue #2, continuing Miles Morales' new life in the Marvel Prime universe. Got Invincible Iron Man issue #7. Oh God, the road to Civil War 2 begins here. And then finally we've got Green Lantern issue 50. This is the Batman vs. Superman variant. Next week you guys are going to see some the poly bags are coming back for the Batman and Superman books. Inside is one of 3. While the entire DC comics outside of the Batman Superman comics will be doing Batman v Superman variants, Batman v Superman, they're doing kind of what Harley Quinn's Little Black Book did. There's one of 3 variants you can get in each one. I skipped out on Detective Comics next week. I'm not going to buy books I normally don't buy for the variants just because they're $5 books. This is the month where, unfortunately, all the issue 50s are $5. So, if it was books that were $2.99, $3.99, it would be a different story. But I'm not going to throw out $5 just to get a variant cover on a book that I normally don't buy, like Batgirl, Detective. I think Birds of Prey as well. Not Birds of Prey. There was another book that I noticed that I don't normally get because I don't read it. So I'm not going to go all out and get every single variant. But the books I do get, I will be making sure to get the polybags for it. The extra this week goes to a game we were supposed to get at the same time mail time happened. Unfortunately, we didn't. And that is Mortal Kombat XL. I know Mike really wanted this game, so I made sure that we actually got it. For those of you that got Mortal Kombat X around this exact time last year, I know a lot of people that did get Mortal Kombat X are very pissed off because Mike's actually the one that said he wasn't going to get the game when it first came out because 2-1 they were going to make a super collection of it like they do with Street Fighter and like they do with many other games. And here we are a year later, Mortal Kombat XL. All the DLC, all the stuff that was part of the pre-order bonus, extra costumes, everything, all wrapped into one game. And guess what? It's the exact same price as a game. So whereas everybody else had to pay for the season pass, if you were patient, you got XL and you didn't have to worry about paying extra for season passes or DLC or anything. It's all part of the game price, which I think is ridiculous but hilarious at the same time. And with that, that's it for this weekly comic book haul, guys. As always, links in the description below. Check them out whenever you have the spare time. Feel free to comment below about any of the books you guys saw here, any recommendations you'd like to give, or any books I didn't mention for this haul. I apologize if I look tired, and I feel like I'm ready to go to bed at this point. So until next time, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I will see you guys really soon. Hopefully you'll check us out on SoundCloud and iTunes. If you haven't already, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and I'll see you guys real soon in the next video.